idleness, the ancient enemy of productivity, the whispered accusation in many a bustling marketplace. But what if I told you, dear observer, that what we often dismiss as laziness is in fact a remarkably fertile ground for innovation? Indeed! From the dawn of civilization, the desire to do less work has spurred some of humanity's greatest leaps. Think about it. The invention of the wheel? Probably not by a workaholic, but someone thinking, there must be an easier way to move this heavy thing. The plow? A lazy farmer perhaps, tired of tilling by hand. Even the remote control, a testament to the profound human desire to avoid moving from the sofa. So before you admonish yourself for that extra nap, consider this. You might just be incubating the next big idea. Perhaps true progress isn't about working harder, but about cleverly finding ways to work smarter. Or, dare I say, less. A fascinating paradox, wouldn't you agree? Let us delve deeper into this delightful enigma. Greetings, curious chrononauts. Sir Chuckleton here, ready to peel back layers of prehistory. We marvel at ancient wonders, the wheel, the lever, the spear. But have you truly pondered why our ancestors bothered? Was it pure necessity or something far more human? Imagine a caveman, Thorg. He spends all day dragging mammoth carcasses, grunting, sweating, exhausted. He wishes for more time for cave painting. This isn't just about survival, it's about laziness. Or more precisely, the ingenious human drive for efficiency. Our earliest technologies weren't about doing new things, they were about doing old things with less effort. The wheel? Less dragging, more rolling. A sharp stone tool? Less tearing, more precise cutting. These weren't grand philosophical leaps, but primal psychological nudges. How can I do this quicker? More time by the fire. This desire to minimize physical exertion, to free up moments from endless toil, is a foundational engine of progress. It's the ancestor of every labor-saving device, every automation. From Thorg's first simple lever to today's AI, it's all about less fuss, more time for whatever we truly want. So next time you effortlessly scroll through history, remember, it all started with someone wanting to put their feet up. Greetings, adventurers! Sir Chuckleton here. Ponder leisure. Today, it feels like a luxury. But ancient Greece, for Aristotle, leisure wasn't a break. It was the foundation of profound thought. He called it skole, root of school. Imagine, school was leisurely inquiry, not frantic cramming. Aristotle believed true flourishing, eudaimonia, needed contemplation. No frantic emails, no back-to-back meetings, no synergy, just thinking, pure reflection. Fast forward, our hyper-connected world, we're constantly productive, always on. What if Aristotle lived today? Embraced the hustle or baffled by relentless busyness? Picture this. Sir Chuckleton presents Aristotle and the algorithmic assistant. Aristotle in robes, drafting, while a sleek robot manages his calendar, fetches scrolls, summarizes Plato. Would this liberate him for more contemplation? Or would the robot subtly introduce efficiencies, turning his skole into a scheduled digital slot? The paradox: does technology grant us leisure, or simply redefine and intensify work? A curious history indeed. Good day, fellow history enthusiasts. Sir Chuckleton here, pondering a curious human trait, our ingenious, productive laziness. For millennia, tedious labor defined life. Then, a grand idea sparked. What if a machine could do the grunt work? The Industrial Revolution began, a symphony of gears and steam, driven by a profound desire for less effort. Consider the steam engine.
Before its mighty piston, human muscle or beasts powered everything. Suddenly, this glorious contraption, a marvel of engineering, could pump water, power mills, and propel locomotives, a tireless helper. Then, the cotton gin. Imagine tedious, finger-numbing labor separating cotton fibers from seeds. Eli Whitney's ingenious, simple device utterly revolutionized textile production. It amplified output, making cotton king. These weren't just mechanical marvels, they were economic game changers. Less human labor per unit meant cheaper goods, greater production. The engineer's clever design became the economist's dream. Next time you see a complex machine, remember its humble origin. Someone just wanted an easier way. Progress, after all, is often simply a desire to avoid doing something unpleasant.
Welcome, curious cadets, to another expedition into the wonderfully winding corridors of human thought. Today, we're peeking behind the curtain of what some might call laziness, but which I assure you is often our brain's most elegant superpower, the shortcut. You see, our magnificent gray matter is fundamentally a miser. It abhors unnecessary effort. This isn't a flaw, it's a feature, born of eons of survival, always seeking the path of least resistance. Think of it. Cognitive biases, those delightful mental detours, aren't just errors, they're often efficiency hacks. Our brains constantly build models, make assumptions, and categorize to save precious processing power. This satisficing, good enough is good enough, allows us to navigate a complex world without constant existential crises. From the humble wheel to complex algorithms, the drive for simplification, for finding the clever workaround, has fueled innovation. It's the ingenious spirit of, how can I do less to achieve more? So next time you feel a pang of guilt for taking a shortcut, remember, you might just be channeling your inner genius. Sir Chuckleton approves. Good day, curious chroniclers. Sir Chuckleton here, with a delightful paradox. We often praise diligence, yet some of humanity's greatest leaps forward sprang not from tireless effort, but from a profound desire to avoid it. Today, we explore when laziness becomes innovation, where seeking an easier life birthed genius. First, Johannes Gutenberg. Weary of scribes endlessly copying cages, his laziness led to mechanize. Weary of scribes endlessly copying pages, his laziness led to mechanize. Movable type wasn't about more work, but less of the same work. Knowledge, once painstakingly transcribed, exploded across Europe. Next, Arthur Fry at 3M. Tired of his bookmarks falling out, he repurposed a failed low-tack adhesive, perfect for temporary notes. This lazy desire not to lose his place gave us the ubiquitous Post-it. Finally, Josephine Cochrane. This wealthy socialite loved her fine china, but loathed servants chipping it. Her solution wasn't better dishwashers, but to eliminate the human element. She invented the first mechanical dishwasher, born from avoiding that tedious, breakable chore. So next time you feel a twinge of, can I do this more simply? Remember these visionaries. Sometimes the path of least resistance isn't idleness, but the very crucible of invention. Indeed, true progress is often just sophisticated laziness.
The age-old dilemma, sweat and toil or a dash of ingenuity. For millennia, hard work was lauded above all else. Early bird gets the worm, they'd squawk. But even the ancients, those toga-clad philosophers, knew there was more to it. Consider Archimedes, famed for his eureka moment. He wasn't just grunting, he was thinking. Or Sun Tzu, whose art of war isn't about brute force, but strategic advantage. Fast forward to today's productivity gurus with their life hacks and bio-optimization. It's not about working more hours, but about making those hours count.
we've transitioned from the glorification of sheer effort to the elegant dance of efficiency. From lifting the world with a lever to crafting the perfect spreadsheet, the mantra persists. Work smarter, not harder. It's a timeless truth polished by every generation, urging us to engage our minds before we exhaust our muscles. A grand lesson indeed.
Humanity's enduring quest for ease, from the humble wheel sparing our shoulders to the glorious printing press lightening our scribing load. We've always sought the path of least resistance. Fast forward to today, and this ancient impulse has manifested in silicon and algorithms. We're surrounded by digital helpers, aren't we? Smart speakers fetching facts, thermostats anticipating our chill, robot vacuums valiantly battling dust bunnies. And then there's AI, promising to write our emails, design our presentations, even compose our symphony of procrastination. Is it true liberation, a golden age of leisure, or merely a sophisticated repackaging of our innate human laziness? Perhaps a bit of both. We automate the mundane only to find new, often digital, forms of busy work. Sir Chuckleton posits, perhaps the true ease isn't in avoiding effort entirely, but in choosing which efforts truly matter. Or, as my smart tea kettle once quipped, a watched pot never boils, but an automated one boils precisely when you don't expect it. A curious paradox, wouldn't you say?
My dear curious comrades, we've journeyed through the annals of human endeavor, witnessing grand struggles and monumental triumphs. But what if I told you that sometimes the most profound breakthroughs, the greatest leaps forward, weren't achieved by those straining every sinew, but by those clever enough to sidestep the effort entirely? Indeed, consider the humble wheel, not a product of pushing harder, but of observing that rolling is easier than dragging. Or the lever, making heavy lifting, well, lighter. From ancient engineers to modern code slingers, the recurring theme isn't brute force, but elegant simplification. The path to progress often lies not in adding more, but in subtracting complexity. It's about finding the lazy solution, the efficient shortcut that reshapes the problem itself. So, next time you face a formidable challenge, don't just push. Pause. Ponder. Perhaps the secret isn't more effort, but less. A true Chuckletonian revelation. Sometimes the greatest virtue is in virtuous laziness.